Class is in session. What is the purpose of life? What is life? Life is whatever you make it. Your decisions, your choices, whether good or bad, and the end result. But what is the purpose of life? To understand the purpose of life, first you have to ask yourself, why are you living? Why do you bother go through the struggles of life every day and not end it all? But life is more than just hard labor and success. When you say life, you are talking about everything that exists at this time. What is the purpose for everything? Every living organism, from the birds that chirp in the sky to the flower that gives off a beautiful scent. If you ask a rational human being what is the purpose of life, he would probably say to get a good education, to get a job, marry, and have kids. But that is not the purpose of life. Think about it. Does your dog have to do that? Your cat? The insects that bother you every night when you sleep? Of course not. So clearly that can't be the purpose of life. If you are a religious person, you would say to serve God. Can an animal do that either? We cannot be selective and selfish. The purpose of life must fall in all categories. The purpose of life is to hydrogenate carbon dioxide, which makes sense since carbon dioxide was one of the first elements to be on Earth when it was uninhabited 4.5 billion years ago. We produce it every day. Hydrogenate means to combine with. We take in oxygen to give out that gas. Now every living thing can relate. Every living thing needs water, even the ones that roam the desert floor. And guess what? Water has an oxygen. But that theory is more of a complex cycle than that. To really understand the purpose of life and hydrogenation, you must understand entropy, which can also be considered as the purpose of life. You see, the biggest star in our galaxy, the sun, if you're uneducated, shines down its unhealthy ultraviolet radiation on us, but we mostly feel the light and the heat. The plants love it even more. After taking in the sunlight and mixing it with carbon dioxide and water, the plants make food to sustain itself. Then it will change its pigment to green due to chlorophyll. That is why so many leaves are green. Then it will give off oxygen as waste. Kind of the opposite to us humans, huh? Other living organisms like ourselves inhale that oxygen and cycle it through our lungs and exhales carbon dioxide. For plants and other organisms to return to their process again and again. So when you ask your neighbor, your coach, your imaginary friend, what's the purpose of life? And he says to populate Earth, he's wrong. Because after babies reach a certain age, and that is very fucking quick, they will start doing the same thing you are doing. So it can't be that. That is one cycle that is done due to hydrogenation. The other is giving off energy to the universe. The sun gives us energy due to the process I just explained. We get energy from that, and also with food. Heat is what starts the process of the plants, and it ends off with human beings and animals. We do work which is also energy. Walking down the road, using a shovel, hoisting up your baby. Just by moving your finger requires energy. We feed our stomachs, thus getting energy from sugar. We also feed our muscles from the protein in it. After we do any work, we generate heat. Most of the energy that we use to do work is lost in heat, and that radiation radiates away. Lost back in the universe where it all started, with the sun. So the purpose of life is a cycle, to do work, but mostly to hydrogenate carbon dioxide. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be alive to do anything, including going to school. So the stars give us energy in the form of heat, and every living organism's job is to continue the cycle back into space.